After becoming a housewife, my husband only gives me 500 yuan a month for household expenses. Yet, he expects me to use this 500 yuan to buy groceries, cook meals, pay utilities, and cover all the family's expenses. He even has the nerve to say that 500 yuan is more than enough. If the man at home won't provide, there are always men outside willing to pay. With a fuller wallet, I naturally started pampering myself, buying better skincare products, and enrolling in upscale training courses. When my husband questioned me, I casually told him, "It's all bought with the 500 yuan you gave me." But he lost his temper. 500 yuan isn't even enough for groceries. How could you afford such nice things? How laughable. So he knew all along that 500 yuan was insufficient. My name is Joy Chiao. After dating for several years, my boyfriend and I naturally got married and had our daughter, Dolly. Since the baby needed care, my husband Leo Liang suggested I quit my job to focus on being a housewife. I wasn't too keen. I want to work and earn money too. Why can't I keep my job and we hire a maternity nanny to look after the child? Leo Liang tried to persuade me, but maternity nannies on the market charge 6,000 to 7,000 a month, more than your salary. Wouldn't that be a loss? Besides, could you really rest easy handing our child over to a nanny? I wavered. Leo Liang also said he earned money precisely to give our daughter and me a good life. He would hand over his entire salary to me, the boss, and wouldn't shortchange me, since he was willing to surrender his earnings. I had nothing left to argue. All right then. So Leo took charge outside. I managed inside, and that's how we lived for 3 years. As a housewife without income, my daily life revolved around meticulous budgeting and finding ways to save. One evening, while I was stocking up on sanitary products during a shopping festival, Leo passed by. He glanced at my phone and exclaimed, "You actually bought 1,000 yuan worth of toilet paper? What kind of financial situation do we have that you'd spend so much on toilet paper?" I didn't expect him to be so shocked and explained earnestly, not just toilet paper, but also the sanitary pads I need and the baby wipes for our daughter Dolly. This is a year's supply for our family of 3. Leo Liang was extremely stubborn, but you still shouldn't spend $1,000 on this. Do you think our money grows on trees? I found his words quite unpleasant. You have to compare prices to see the value. This is the lowest price all year. Everything's half off. Buying in bulk now saves us half compared to buying individually each time we need it. Leo hadn't managed household expenses for 3 years, so he had no idea how much this bulk purchase would save, and just insisted I was wasting money. I finally got fed up. Since you handle external matters and I manage domestic ones, how this household spends money is my responsibility, right? I brushed past him and turned to Dolly's room to put our daughter to sleep. I thought that was the end of it. Unexpectedly, after I'd settled Dolly, Leo approached me with a stern face. "Joy, I think we need to talk about our family expenses." I was completely baffled. "Is there any problem with our household expenses?" Leo Liang earns 12,000 a month, with 6,000 for daily expenses, 2,000 for the mortgage, and still manages to save 4,000 each month to ensure Dolly has funds for school later. I've locked away every penny I can save in fixed deposits. We're not wealthy, but I feel quite content with our situation. Leo Liang shook his head. "I trusted you too much before, handing over my salary without ever questioning how you spent it. If I hadn't stumbled upon it today, I'd never have known how wasteful you are. Spending 1,000 just on toilet paper. Is this issue still not over?" I was speechless. I've said it multiple times. This 1,000 covers a year's worth of sanitary products. Take sanitary pads. For example, buying them monthly would cost nearly 100 each time, but purchasing a full year's supply at once is only 500. Leo Liang still shook his head. "No, you lounge around at home all day, yet spend so recklessly. Do you think earning money is easy? Starting today, I won't give you my salary card anymore. I'll only hand you 500 each time." His words made it sound like I do nothing at home. Does he think the meals he eats every day and the clean clothes he wears just fall from the sky? Besides, what can 500 yuan even cover? My expression instantly darkened. Seeing my reaction, Liu Liang quickly added, just ask me for more when you've spent this 500. It's not like I won't give it to you. He even put on a wounded look and said, I'm just trying to teach you to be more frugal. I work so hard to earn money. Can't you at least show me a little consideration? Of course I care about Liu Liang, so I had no choice but to nod. All right, we'll do it your way for now. Leo happily transferred me 500 yuan. Honey, I knew you still love me the most. Take this 500 for now, and I'll send more once you've used it up. At first, I thought since we're family, it didn't really matter who held the money. Besides, I could always just ask him for more when I ran out. But soon, I realized how wrong I was. The next day, the fresh milk company called. Ma'am, your milk delivery service expires next week. Would you like to renew? To ensure fresh milk protein intake, I subscribed to fresh milk delivery from a dairy company for all three of us. 3 bottles daily cost 600 yuan per month. When I tried to renew the subscription, the payment showed insufficient balance. Only 500 yuan, still short by 100. Liu Liang was using the bathroom, so I knocked on the door. Honey, transfer me some money. I need to pay for the milk. There was no response from inside. I knocked harder several times, but Liu Liang pretended not to hear. Realizing he was feigning deafness, I grew angry, yet the milk company representative kept waiting for my reply. Helpless, I transferred 200 yuan first. Just subscribe for one person, 1 month. Adults can skip milk, but Dolly is still young and needs calcium supplements. Right after I paid, Liu Liang emerged. He glanced at my payment screen and put on an exaggerated look of surprise. This time the milk only cost 200? See, I told you transferring 500 to you each time was useful. You've learned to save money. I laughed in frustration. He clearly heard me knocking and asking for money, but deliberately ignored me. Now, you're talking about saving money? Only ordering milk for Dolly would save money. I don't have enough cash. I didn't get you. Liu Liang suddenly cut me off, grabbed the breakfast and milk from the table, and headed out. All right, honey, can't talk now. I'm off to work. I stared in shock at the door, watching his hurried figure dash away. It's just ordering milk. Why act like you're dodging a bill? In the afternoon, after paying another 200 for electricity, only 100 yuan remained in my phone. At the market, vegetables cost 22 yuan, leaving me with 78. Approaching the meat stall, I recalled Leo mentioning he wanted tomato beef brisket stew a couple days ago, and there was just one last piece of brisket left. The scale showed to Jean, 80 yuan, short by 2 yuan. Payment failed. I quickly messaged Liu Liang. Honey, send me some money. I'm short for the meat. 2 minutes passed with no reply from Liu Liang. The butcher stood with arms crossed, waiting for payment. I gave an awkward smile and sent more messages to Liu Liang. Hurry up. The vendor's waiting for me to pay. I'm not joking. This is really urgent. I've been standing at this stall for a while now. Liu Liang still hadn't replied, and the person behind me had their eye on this cut. Are you going to take this brisket or not? If not, I'll have it. I grew even more flustered. Yes, just a moment. Thinking Leo might have missed the message, I quickly called him, but after just one ring, the call was hung up. This meant Leo had been watching his phone the whole time. So why wasn't he replying? I was stunned. Then the butcher spoke up. Ma'am, you've been standing here forever without paying. I'm not selling it to you. Someone else wants this brisket. It was the last good cut left. Of course it would sell quickly. The person behind me took the meat and tossed a casual jab. If you can't afford it, don't stand here wasting everyone's time. My face flushed bright red instantly. When Leo came home that evening, he glanced at the dishes on the table, and his cheerful grin instantly drooped. Where's the meat? He complained. I told you I wanted beef brisket. Why didn't you make it? I asked him sternly. I messaged and called you this afternoon. Why did you ignore me? Liu Liang mumbled vaguely. I was in a meeting this afternoon. Couldn't reply. Seeing my disbelief, he turned the tables and questioned me. No talking during meals. Can't you let me eat in peace? Suddenly feeling emotionally drained, I lost the will to argue and simply said, "Then transfer me more money. The 500 yuan is almost gone, and I won't have enough for groceries tomorrow." Liu Liang stopped shoveling food and glanced at me sideways. "If not for this method, I'd never have known you could spend 500 yuan in one day. That'd be 15,000 a month." Joy Chow, can't you spend more frugally? My money doesn't grow on trees. I'm the only one earning in this household. The pressure is immense. Can't you give me less to worry about? Being looked down upon by Liu Liang felt more humiliating than scorn from strangers. I was so angry I couldn't even eat. Grabbing my phone to show him the payment records. "See for yourself. 200 for Dolly's milk subscription, 200 for utilities, 22 for groceries. That leaves 78. The beef brisket costs 80. I was just $2 short, because you never replied. Those $2 kept me from buying it. Do you have any idea how long I stood at the meat stall, unable to buy anything, and got mocked for it?" Remembering that humiliating moment, I felt utterly wronged. Liu Liang swallowed his mouthful of rice. "You spend my money, and I'm not even allowed to comment. Is that it?" As he spoke, he transferred money via his phone, growing more impatient. "All right, stop sulking. I sent it. What more do you want?" The 500 yuan came through, but Liu Liang's words left me even more choked up inside. That night, after my shower, while doing my skincare, I noticed the serum bottle was completely empty. I carefully tapped and shook the bottle, fussing for quite a while before finally scraping out a bit more serum. After applying it to my face, I messaged my regular shopping agent to order another bottle of serum. The agent told me, "Sis, there's a set on promotion now. Super cheap. Buy one full set. Get another free for just 500 yuan. Buying just one bottle of serum costs 200. It's not cost effective." I was tempted, but my phone balance showed only 578 yuan. If I bought this set, I'd have to ask Liu Liang for money again. Somehow, whenever I had to ask Liu Liang for money, even for normal expenses, I felt intensely irritable and uncomfortable all over. The feeling of having to ask for money is truly awful. I sighed and replied to the agent, "Just the 200 yuan serum, nothing else." Liu Liang left the bathroom a mess after a shower. Water all over the floor, even urine stains on the toilet. Worried Dolly might slip going to the bathroom, I resignedly picked up the mop to clean it. But when I returned to the room, I saw Liu Liang holding my phone, glaring at me furiously. "You wouldn't spare me an 80 yuan beef brisket, but you're willing to splurge on a 200 yuan serum for yourself. No wonder you're always saying money's tight. It's all going to your cosmetics. Since you're so selfish." "Fine, Joy Chow. Then I don't need to be polite with you either. From today on, I'll only give you 500 yuan a month for household expenses. Not a penny more. This 500 yuan has to cover groceries, utilities, and Dolly's daily needs for the whole month." My eyes widened in disbelief as I stared at him. "Liu Liang, have you lost your mind? What can 500 yuan even cover?" But Liu Liang spoke with righteous conviction. "You betrayed my trust first. Didn't groceries only cost 22 yuan today? There are 20 days left this month. Even if you buy groceries for all 20 days, it's only 440. I'm giving you 500, which leaves you with 60 to spare." Liu Liang grew more and more animated as he spoke, almost dancing with excitement. "If you overspend, figure it out yourself. I won't let you waste my hard-earned money anymore." I was completely dumbfounded. Back when he persuaded me to quit my job and return to the family, Liu Liang had solemnly promised that he would never let me suffer the slightest grievance, and that I would be the head of the household. And now, just 3 years later, even a college student couldn't get by on just 500 a month. And he actually expects me to cover all the household expenses? I was truly disheartened. I grabbed a pillow and hurled it at him. "Liu Liang, you're not a real man." Liu Liang impatiently tossed the pillow aside. "Joy, go ahead and throw your tantrum, but I won't give you another cent this month." Furious, I simply moved to the guest room to sleep with Dolly. Dolly nuzzled my arm. "Mommy, I heard you and Daddy arguing. Please don't fight, okay? Dolly doesn't want mommy to be sad. I hugged Dolly, not feeling sad, but my mind grew even clearer. My family is from the city. My parents passed away early and didn't leave much savings, but they left 3 apartments and 2 shops. Rental income was more stable. I relied on it to complete my studies, and even after marriage, I received rent payments punctually every quarter. But Liu Liang's family situation was far worse. He came from a rural background. His family was poor. His parents were uneducated villagers who couldn't read or write, and they struggled to earn money. Growing up, eating coarse grains and simple meals was commonplace for them. He even mentioned that his family of 3 couldn't spend 200 yuan in a month back then, all because his mother knew how to stretch their budget. Hearing this made me furious. What was Liu Liang's family circumstances compared to mine? Was I supposed to shortchange my daughter just to save money? No. I gave birth to Dolly so she could grow up happy and healthy in this world. Yet Liu Liang was so selfish, he didn't even care about our daughter's well-being. Over the past few years, I believed Liu Liang and I were united as one, never even considering keeping secret savings. But only today did I suddenly realize, perhaps I never truly understood my husband. Maybe we were never even on the same path to begin with. His stubbornness and self-righteousness, selfishness and self-interest
had reached a chilling degree.
Such a man could never be relied upon or trusted. Liu Liang and I fell into a complete cold war. I stopped cooking all 3 meals for Liu Liang, just $500, and he expects me to take care of him? What a pipe dream. 500 yuan wouldn't even buy meat for more than a few days. Liu Liang didn't seem to mind. With money to spare, he could always eat out. In fact, he seemed thrilled. Without handing his salary to me, he'd been treating his buddies to lavish restaurant meals every day, each bill running hundreds of yuan. After each meal, too drunk to drive, he'd have to call a designated driver to get home. How ironic. He kept preaching about saving and cutting back. Yet he spent without a second thought. One evening, as I was reading with Dolly, Liu Liang accidentally dialed my number. On the other end, in a restaurant private room, his voice was slurred with drink. I only give Joy Chow 500 a month now. The rest is all mine to spend however I want. I work my ass off to earn over 10,000 a month. Why should I spend it on that woman Joy? I could make this money last me ages. The shady friends at the table all started egging him on, spouting crap like bros before hoes and women are replaceable. Leo, you just can't be too nice to your wife. Give women an inch, and they'll take a mile. Liu Liang got even more fired up. Don't worry, this time I'll make sure she's completely under my thumb. Joy has no family, nowhere to go but with me. She has to do as I say. I hung up the phone with a scornful laugh. Unbelievable. After all this time as husband and wife, all he thinks about is how to control me. For the first time, the thought of divorce crossed my mind. But if I divorce now, without a job, there's no way Dolly would be granted to me. I've never been one to just sit back and take it. After that phone call that night, I started actively sending out resumes and looking for a job. 3-year-old Dolly was already in kindergarten and didn't need me to be with her all day. But I had been out of the workforce for 3 years. And with the job market being tough, every company I applied to turn me down. When Liu Liang saw my resume on the table, he even mocked me. You still want to work? No company would hire a full-time mom like you. Just give up on that idea. Did you even print this resume with the 500 yuan I gave you? Once that money's gone, you'll have nothing to live on. This is the man I married. He doesn't give me household money. And when he sees me job hunting, he still puts me down. My disgust for him grew even stronger. But after a few days, even though I tried to save as much as possible, the 500 yuan had dwindled to just 180 yuan. The more anxious I felt, the stronger my desire to find a job became. That day, after yet another failed interview, I picked up Dolly feeling dejected and headed home to cook. To save money, I hadn't bought any meat for 3 days. Adults could go without, but Dolly still needed to eat meat. Just as I was agitatedly wondering whether to swallow my pride and ask Liu Liang for money, at least to stew some meat for Dolly once. Dolly ran back to her room and handed me her piggy bank. Dolly knows mommy has no money. It's okay. Dolly has pocket money. Dolly will give it all to mommy. My heart ached with bittersweet emotion, and tears instantly streamed down my face. Dolly, if mommy and daddy get divorced, who would you choose to live with? Dolly was startled, then hugged my leg after processing the question. With mommy, daddy was just someone mommy chose. But mommy is the one Dolly chose. Dolly's words gave me an immense sense of security. I stopped obsessing over finding a full-time job and shifted my focus to part-time work. Since I majored in English in college, I looked for part-time gigs like escort interpreting, short hours, just a few sessions, and it wouldn't interfere with taking care of Dolly at all. The work was straightforward too, just accompanying executives from big companies to various exhibitions and helping them communicate with foreign partners. Most escort interpreting jobs pay daily, earning nearly 1,000 yuan per day. After taking on a few interpreting assignments, my wallet quickly swelled up. I naturally started dressing up, buying more expensive skincare products to maintain my appearance, and enrolling in higher and training courses to improve my skills. After all, as a translator, I'm the face beside the boss. So I need to keep myself polished and refined. Even Dolly's snacks were upgraded a notch. It's almost laughable. Back when I had my own salary before quitting, I bought even pricier skincare brands and even splurged on a few luxury handbags. But after marriage, even a $20 serum would get me criticized. Now, I don't even blink when buying a $100 set of cosmetics. Liu Liang didn't know I'd found a part-time translation gig, but he still sensed something was different at home. He eyed Dolly's pretty little dress and glanced at the foundation on the table, asking me, where did all this come from? Without looking up, I said, it's all from that $50 you gave me. Leo snapped, bullshit, $50 isn't even enough for groceries. Where'd you get the money for this? I stopped what I was doing and looked at him with a mocking smile. Oh, so you do know the money isn't enough. Liu Liang isn't a fool. He was counting on me being broke to submit to his control, so of course he knew 500 yuan wouldn't cut it. But he didn't dare voice those selfish, dirty thoughts. He asked me coldly, the money I gave you isn't nearly enough to buy all this, and you don't have a proper job. So where did this money really come from? As he spoke, he eyed me up and down. No wonder you're all dressed up so nicely. You've learned to find yourself a sugar daddy outside. Wasn't this just him suspecting I was promiscuous and cheating on him? I laughed in anger and went along with his insinuation. Yeah, since the man at home won't provide, I had to find one outside to foot the bill. Liu Liang's face instantly turned ashen. A couple of days later, I landed another escort interpreter gig. So I got dressed up, called a Didi, and headed to the destination. This side job involved accompanying Mr. Zhao, a tea merchant from out of town, to help introduce his factory's teas to foreign clients. Just as I arrived at the hotel and shook hands with Mr. Zhao while introducing myself, a figure suddenly rushed out from the side. Well, Joy Chiao, caught red-handed with both adulterers. Now, I've got you and your illicit lover right where I want you. If I hadn't come, I'd never have known you were checking into such an expensive place. It was actually Liu Liang. He had hidden behind me at some point and actually followed me all the way to the hotel. I was stunned and hurriedly explained, what are you doing? This is the client I'm translating for. Mr. Zhao also quickly defended himself. There must be some misunderstanding here. The furious Liu Liang wouldn't listen to any explanations, swung his arm wide, and punched the boss right in the nose, misunderstanding my ass. The scene instantly descended into chaos. This farce was resolved with police mediation. Liu Liang, having thrown the punch, compensated Mr. Zhao 3,000 yuan. Walking out of the police station, Liu Liang looked grim as he complained to me, Joy, if you just told me earlier you were out doing a side job, would I have had to resort to hitting someone? And now it's even worse. I'm out a whole 3,000. He messed up and then pinned the blame on me. I sneered. You never mentioned you were secretly tailing me the whole way. Liu Liang, You were so sure I was cheating on you that you came to catch me in the act, weren't you? Leo Liang started stammering again. Joy, you're overthinking it. That wasn't my intention. I sighed. Leo Liang, I'm really tired of this. If you distress me this much, let's just get a divorce. Financially, he's guarded, only giving me $500 a month. Emotionally, he doesn't trust me, convinced I'm unfaithful. I simply can't spend my life with a man like that. Leo Liang got scared. He only ever wanted to control me. Divorce was never part of his plan. Over the next few days, whenever I tried to discuss divorce seriously, he deliberately changed the subject. He even, for the first time ever, booked a candlelit dinner for two and insisted on taking me out for Western cuisine, just like when we first fell in love. I could tell he was trying to win me back. Throughout dinner, Leo Liang acted like a perfect gentleman, pulling out my chair and cutting my steak for me. He even sent me a red envelope with 888 yuan. Honestly, seeing him tread so carefully made me soften a bit. Just as the mood felt right, Leo handed me a huge bouquet of roses, gazing at me with a mix of humility and deep affection. Honey, I've been blind and foolish lately. I almost made you lose faith in me. I've done some serious soul searching. Maybe we've hit the 7-year itch in our relationship. Sweetheart, I think if we have a second child, our lives might return to how happy they used to be. Besides, Dolly could use a little brother to back her up in the future. I was stunned. I'd planned to bring up divorce seriously over this meal, but Leo steered the conversation toward whether we should have a second child. Leo even promised that if we had another baby, he'd hand his salary over to me again and work harder for a promotion and raise. My parents passed away early, so I couldn't turn to them for life advice anymore. I had no choice but to share my troubles with my friends. My best friend's message hit the nail on the head. I'm afraid he's trying to take advantage of your pregnancy to keep controlling you. Isn't he? That really could be the case. Leo Liang forgot his tablet by the sink. He went into his study saying he wanted to play games and didn't want to be disturbed. I was about to put the tablet away when a WeChat message suddenly popped up on the iPad. It was from his mother. Didn't Leo Liang say his mom was from the countryside, uneducated and illiterate? How could she be using WeChat? My heart skipped a beat, and I tapped to open it. Mom, son, is your wife really going to divorce you? Leo Liang, don't worry. I'll smooth things over with a fancy dinner. Women are easy to coax. Just say the right things. Besides, she's already had my child. Divorce? What man would want her now? Relax. She wouldn't dare leave me. Mom, I also think she wouldn't dare divorce you. But women need to be trained. Otherwise, they'll start thinking they can do whatever they want. Leo Liang, yeah. Ever since Joy Chow started earning some extra cash from side gigs, she's gotten all high and mighty, even dared to bring up divorce. Anyway, I beat up that Mr. Zhao of hers, so no one's gonna hire her anytime soon. Leo Liang, Mom, your idea was brilliant. Once I get her pregnant, she won't be going anywhere. Mom, of course, I've been through it all. My blood was boiling. New messages kept popping up one after another. Leo Liang, I haven't seen a single penny from the rent on Joy's properties. She claims she opened a separate account just for Dolly. What does a little girl need that much money for anyway? Just wait. One day, I'll get my hands on all those properties and bring you into the city to live the good life. Mom, well, I'll be waiting. I've never lived in a big city house before. I was furious. So Leo Liang had his eyes on my properties all along. He's even trying every trick to swindle out the money I saved for Dolly to give to his parents. Leo Liang, Mom, I think Joy's been getting more disobedient lately. We need to get her pregnant ASAP. Once she's carrying, she won't be able to job hunt. She'll have to rely on me completely. Then she'll have to do whatever I say. If she refuses, no matter. I'll poke holes in all the condoms later. She'll get pregnant without a clue, and she'd never dare get an abortion. She'll just obediently have the baby. When the time comes, I won't let her get any prenatal checkups. I'll pick the worst hospitals possible. If she dies on the operating table, her property goes straight to me, and I can extort a huge compensation from the hospital too. Truth is, I'm sick to death of this woman. With money, couldn't I marry someone young and beautiful? My hands trembled with horror. So this was Liu Liang's true dark side. I never knew the devil sleeping beside me was this monstrous. My best friend was equally shocked when she found out. Oh my God, is he even human? Even an animal would be better than him. Joy Chow, these next few days, make an excuse to sleep with Dolly. You absolutely must separate beds from him first. I'm going to contact a lawyer for you right away. We have to get a divorce as soon as possible. Following my best friend's advice, I saved all the chat records and sent them to her. I pretended as if nothing had happened and said I'd be sleeping with Dolly these next few days. Liu Liang wasn't in any rush for me to get pregnant immediately, so naturally, he had no objections. So during this time, I quickly got in touch with my best friend's lawyer. Not only did I find punctured condoms in the drawer, but I even discovered a Miami travel guide and an accidental insurance policy. It seems Liu Liang had a backup plan. If I refused to get pregnant, he'd take me on a seaside trip and then stage an accident. During these days, to lull Liu Liang into a false sense of security, I not only continued my part-time job as usual, but also used the earnings to cook for him. So Liu Liang bragged to his mom over WeChat again. See, I don't give Joy Chow a single cent now, yet she obediently works part-time jobs and earns money to come back and serve me. Let him bask in that delusion. I packed all mine and Dolly's belongings with a cold laugh and left this house without hesitation. That evening, when Liu Liang returned from work, not only was there no meal waiting for him, but the house felt eerily empty with all our luggage gone. Liu Liang called me, furious. Joy, where are you? You didn't make dinner. Trying to starve me? Do you realize the house has been robbed? I replied calmly, it wasn't robbed. Dolly and I just moved out. Leo, I told you, I want a divorce. Did you think I was joking? He grew angrier. Are you insane? How will you support Dolly without me? What will you eat and drink? I shot back. I have hands and feet. There are plenty of part-time jobs. And why stay married? Wait for you to harm me and inherit what little I have. I sent him the chat logs. I've gathered all the evidence. If you don't show up at City Hall tomorrow to sign the divorce papers, I'll send all this to your workplace. Let all your colleagues and superiors see the true face of this beast you are. People like Liu Liang are the most hypocritical. Tearing off their masks is worse than death to them. Now that I have leverage over him, he wouldn't dare not come. The next day, Liu Liang indeed showed up as promised to sign the divorce agreement. According to the rules, we need to come back after 30 days. If we still want a divorce, then the procedures can be finalized. I looked coldly at Liu Liang. The house and car were bought by you. I want nothing. I just want to take Dolly with me. Liu Liang stared at me and suddenly gave a sinister smile. That won't do. My daughter. I will definitely fight for her custody. I was furious. You've never taken care of Dolly for a single day. What use is her custody to you? I was even certain that after the divorce, Liu Liang would definitely look for someone else. He doesn't even like daughters. Why would he drag along his ex-wife's child and ruin his own dating prospects? I may not be able to raise her myself, but I can have my mom come to the city to help take care of Dolly. Liu Liang said leisurely, since you want Dolly so badly, I simply won't let you have your way. This man was so rotten you could smell the stench right through his skin, just to make me suffer. He insisted on separating me from my daughter, even though we both knew Dolly would be mistreated in his care. I felt like I could barely breathe. Liu Liang seized my weakness and smirked even wider. Joy Chow, there's no other way. You don't have a proper job. How could you support Dolly? Enough. Come back in 30 days to finalize the divorce. And bring Dolly with you. He strode away arrogantly, leaving me behind, utterly enraged. Want to take Dolly away? In your dreams. Since negotiations broke down, there was nothing left to say. I simply sent all the chat records to Liu Liang's workplace. Everyone loves gossip. And overnight, Liu Liang became infamous. The worst kind of infamous. Formerly friendly colleagues glared at him. The promotion he was about to get vanished like a duck flying away. And his once supportive boss now shook his head in disappointment. Xiao Liang, you've let us all down. Pack your things and leave. You're fired. Liu Liang was furious and called me angrily. Joy, are you determined to ruin me? I sneered. Since we're fighting for our daughter's custody, of course I have to play all my strong cards. Liu Liang, you were the one who tried to ruin Dolly first. Let me tell you, if you don't give me custody of our daughter, I'll take this to court. I'll make sure the whole city knows how despicable you are. You social climber, sucking your wife's blood, even plotting to harm for money. Liu Liang, you deserve this. All the grievances and anger I'd held back for days finally poured out in that moment. He was clearly so enraged he'd lost all reason. Fine, Joy Chow. Just you wait. The call ended abruptly. Staring at my phone screen, I suddenly felt uneasy. But soon, kindergarten let out, and I had no time to worry about anything else. Standing at the entrance, I anxiously scanned for Dolly's figure. Dolly emerged, led by her teacher, and waved at me the moment she spotted me. Mommy, Dolly's here. Suddenly, a figure dashed out from the side, brandishing a knife aimed straight at Dolly. It was actually Liu Liang. Swinging the blade, he roared, I'll kill you first, you little bastard, then your whore of a mother. The silver knife glinted under the sun. I was so terrified I screamed soundlessly. Dolly's teacher, a young woman, sensing danger, grabbed Dolly and dove aside, but still got her arm slashed by Liu Liang. Security guards surged forward, charging at him with steel batons. Liu Liang knew if he failed today, he'd never get another chance. He simply raised the knife and lunged at me. The crowd screamed and scattered in panic, with several children knocked down and injured in the chaos. Fortunately, the steel fork was much faster than Liu Liang. He was pinned to the ground like a furious beast with bloodshot eyes. Joy Chow, you ruined my career. The job I worked so hard to get. They fired me. You destroyed me. I'll kill you. Dolly stumbled over to me, hugging me and wailing, Mommy, while comforting Dolly. I kicked Liu Liang hard. You lunatic, monster. So many children got hurt because of you. You deserve to rot in hell. Liu Liang was arrested due to causing a stampede and attempted murder. Liu Liang's crimes carried a severe sentence. Maybe he'll spend the rest of his life behind bars. Or, by the time he gets out, he'll struggle to even take care of himself. Later, Liu Liang's mother came by once. She was a shrewd-looking elderly woman who held my hand warmly and chatted amiably, showing no trace of the sinister demeanor she had when plotting with Liu Liang to harm me. She was also very enthusiastic toward Dolly, eagerly stuffing specialty snacks from her pockets into the child's hands. But Dolly refused them. She had grown very wary of Liu Liang and anyone associated with him, and upon seeing the grandmother, she immediately turned away to avoid her. My best friend, however, saw right through Liu Liang's mother's intentions. She's trying to win you over, hoping you'll take care of her son in the future. After all, Liu Liang is in prison now. It'll be hard for him to find another wife in this lifetime. Doesn't that make Dolly his only child? She's counting on you and your daughter to look after him once he's released. She's dreaming. I smiled contemptuously. Over the past 6 months, I had studied on my own, applied to universities, and received an acceptance letter from an Ivy League school overseas. They place great emphasis on student support and have allowed me to bring my child along while I study. Even the landlady I contacted is a particularly kind elderly lady who adores children. Dolly will definitely be very happy living there. It's hard for a mom with a young child to find a good job, but I believe everything will change once I graduate from that century-old university.